let's cut this shit. All right, let's get right to it because honestly, I'm still trying to piece together this film and trying to find an enjoyable film, but I still can't. I still can't. Welcome, guys, to Think About It Reviews. We are talking Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice spoiler review. And listen, I'm not gonna fucking hold back. All right, you can call it a rant, you can call it being real. I don't give a shit. All right. I know some people out there. Actually, my one coworker tells me like, "Oh yeah, I saw this couple of reviews, but I'm pretty sure they got paid off." And he's reading it to me. He's like, "Oh, Batman v Superman might be better. Is better than The Dark Knight. Ben Affleck is amazing. Jesse Eisenberg is fantastic." I'm like, those motherfuckers got paid off. You know they did. You want me to go straight to the good stuff? Because there's only a little bit of good stuff about this film. Honestly, thinking about the film all day this morning when I went to work, because I did watch it, the 8 p.m. showing last night, I'm trying to find something good about this film, like something that like says, okay, I can watch this again. I'm gonna watch it again. I might enjoy it even more. But looking back and rethinking about all the stuff that happened, let's go with all the stuff with the Senate and them with the Superman situation, or how about when Batman and Superman, it was Lex Luthor's whole plan for them to really fight, and Lex Luthor making Doomsday. My God, just goddamn you. I'm not saying this is a horrible film. It's a shitty film. I'm not saying it's a horrible film. It's not the film the fans deserve, honestly. And I do blame Zack Snyder. I do blame him getting over his head, not really going. I blame the studio as well, not knowing what the fuck they're doing with this franchise. Not franchise, but overall their lineup, their DC universe. They're fucking it all up. Does that mean they can't fix it? They could fix it. I mean, you got Suicide Squad that I think is going to be very good. You got Wonder Woman. Hopefully that's a great solid entry. And then Justice League. I think Justice League would be the redemption to Batman v Superman. Now, my opinion is not going to be... A lot of people have my opinion, but a lot of people don't have my opinion. A lot of people like this film. I watched Grace Randolph's review and Beyond the Trailer, and she loved the film. I can't believe she loved the film, and usually I disagree with Grace all the time. But, that's her opinion. She liked it. She liked it. So this is a spoiler talk. It's spoiler talk. I guess it's not necessarily a review. If you want to check out my review, it's the non-spoiler review. You can check it out. It really gets in more detail why I really disliked a lot of things about this film, but I'm still going to talk about why I disliked a lot of things about the film and some of the things I did like about it. Instead of going for the good stuff about it, we're just going to go straight to the all bad. Okay, like I said in my non-spoiler, there is no heart, there is no emotional connection towards Batman or Superman. That is a problem. That is such a fucking problem. When I was watching this film, I thought, you know what? We need more heartfelt stuff with Clark, with Superman, with Lois Lane. There was no chemistry between him and Lois. I as much as I want it to be there, it's not there. Henry Cavill and Amy Adams, they have no chemistry. Henry Cavill wasn't given enough to do in this film. Like I said in my non-spoiler, he was actually second fiddle to maybe Batman and everything else that was going on. This movie was so bloated. There was so much things going on. There was a couple things I did like, though. I did like when Diane Lane, Martha Kent was introduced, especially with, the relationship that she has with Clark. That's his mom. I love the cameo with Kevin Costner. Even though it was another dream sequence. There were so many damn dream sequences. And that's the problem with this film as well. The dream sequences were fucking like, why? Why? Right from the get-go. Right from the opening credits. When we were getting Batman's backstory. Which, honestly, we don't need again. Sure, it looked nice. Visually, it looked very nice. And it plays a little bit of a part of the... especially at the end with Martha. How do you know that name? But it's when little Bruce was flying up, when the bats were carrying him up to the light at when he was underneath the well. I was like, oh my God, is Zach really going with this? Zach really going with this? But it was a dream. When Bruce went to go visit the graves, and then it was a nightmare type dream. Then it was a dream. It's like fuck. And Clark, aka Superman, when he went to go to the mountain and he saw his dad Kevin Costner, it was a dream. Like it's just too many fucking dream sequences. We don't need that many dream sequences. I don't understand that shit. This film shouldn't have been 2.5 hours. It should have been actually cut even more if you take out some of those dream sequences. The one dream sequence that got me was Batman Apocalypse, when basically, I think it's a little bit of the future, honestly. I think it's a little bit of the future. I don't think it's necessarily too much of a dream sequence, but Batman visualizes the apocalyptic world. He tries to get kryptonite. No, I guess it's not a dream, futuristic type deal. Superman rules the world, basically. Somebody died that was close to him, so he's going crazy. He's like Injustice. God, there was so many parts in this film that I laughed so hard, especially when Ben Affleck was in his I like to call it the Terminator suit, the Terminator, not Genesis, but Terminator Salvation suit, where he's in the truck, he's getting his kryptonite, they betray him, Soup's army is killing everybody, and you just hear Batman, no! You see Ben, no! Like, come on, Ben. Keep that chin locked, bro. Don't let that chin go Sylvester Stallone on us. Keep that chin locked. He's like, no! I'm like, oh, dude, really? That's horrible. That's horrible. So, yeah, Ben... Not necessarily Ben wasn't horrible. Ben was actually really, really good. He was the bright spot of this film. Like I said, he was really good as Batman. The only thing that I did not like about Batman in this film was the fact that he wasn't as smart as I wanted him to be. I think he, the bats that we know would have like plan after plan, would have a contingent plan. Just he just would outwit. Well, Superman is smart himself. You got to realize that. But I just feel like he would have been more of a detective and a little bit more smarter. But with this Bats, he's more aggressive, more brutal. He's kicking ass. He's taking no names. He's the Punisher. Fucking Batman loves his guns, apparently. He had a gun like that last 15 minutes. Fuck, he couldn't leave that gun. He couldn't leave that kryptonite gun. Bat loved his guns in this film. Bat killed some people in this film. Bats killed a lot of people in this film. And that takes away from the character. That takes away from his code. I remember I did see a review. I think it was Jeremy or Chris. It might have been Chris Stuckman that said that basically, it would have been... we're all fine with Batman, throwing away the code, especially with the Robin situation, that suit, painting Joker and everything. But... you need to show us. You need to show us, like, you need to at least give us something to realize that, yeah, he threw away a code because of this and that and that. Not just show him killing a lot of people, because that's not Batman. That's not the Batman I grew up with. That's not Batman a lot of people haven't grown up with. Everybody knows Batman doesn't kill, and everybody knows Batman doesn't use a gun. So just doing that, and then especially the fact that Superman was killing people. Superman killed a lot of people in the beginning in the desert. Like, it's bad way, Zach. Not a good way to start the damn DC universe now, is it? Oh my God. There was one part where the two cops are investigating this. They find a bunch of people who are trapped, and they're trying to rescue them. But they know Batman is kicking ass. He's taking out all these goons and everything. He's even branding them. Dude, Batman's so brutal. He's branding people. It's ridiculous. But there's one scene, like, me and my friend were cracking the fuck up. I couldn't stop laughing. And that's when the cop is like looking around. He sees the guy, the goon. He has, the mark on him. He got branded. And you see Ben Affleck as Batman on the like corner ceiling, like the wall basically, trying to hide. And this big motherfucker, he's already huge. This motherfucker cannot hide. Like, you just see the cop and you see him in the background just like playing hide and go seek. It's just so, the shot is ridiculous. Zack Snyder, I don't know why you picked that shot. You should have saw, like, that's just too comical. It was so funny seeing him try to hide from the cops. I was like, they should have just had, the thing where it's Batman. That's why he's gone so fast, but they didn't. They didn't. This film's editing was terrible. There's one particular scene, like even though I said I wanted more Martha Kent and Clark Kent scenes, they just shoved the one particular scene with Martha and Clark when Clark is reeling and Diane says or Martha Kent saying like you don't owe these people nothing, like that scene just got shoved in there, and then they try to put some music in there to kind of make it make it at least emotional and stuff. It doesn't work. But I don't have too much time here, so I'm gonna just go straight to the fight. The fight was just everything leading up to the fight. It just was lackluster, man. Like there was nothing really. There was no heart into it trying to get these two together. And when they did get together at the party, it wasn't that you seen too much in the trailer. I think that was another issue is we seen too much of the trailer. You pretty much saw the whole damn movie. And just that first interaction just wasn't as special as you would think. And you didn't even get, I mean, it would have been awesome if Batman or Bruce would have knew that that's Clark Kent as Superman, which is ridiculous how nobody could figure out that as Clark Kent as Superman. It's just still overall the build up to the actual fight between Mecha Batman versus Superman. It was the Lex Luthor was terrible. I'm not even gonna really focus on Jesse Eisenberg. He was terrible in it. I thought he just was not a good fit. I would have liked a little bit older, seasoned vet. His little mannerisms were just terrible. His joking around, sarcasm was just terrible. I did not like Jesse Eisenberg in this film. The Batman and Superman actual fight was so lackluster, so mediocre. There's nothing. It's like if you read that Dark Knight, was it Dark Knight Strikes, Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller's comic, you just saw this stuff coming. And I think that was a little bit. I think that was the problem is that they borrowed too much from Doomsday storyline, and they borrowed too much of the Dark Knight Returns storyline, Frank Miller's storyline, and it just didn't seem anything cool. It didn't seem cool at all. It didn't seem anything like amazing or memorable. It was just a lackluster fight. And when you got to that fight, you're already like an hour and a half in the film, maybe even pushing. No, you're like 2 hours into the film, and you're getting to this last fight. You get into the duel. I think you were better off having them fight in the middle of the second act, than all the way to the third. It was bad because not only did you get that and it was lackluster, then you get Doomsday, and it is Doomsday. It's not a mutation. It is Doomsday. And that fight was just all over the place. It was CGI fest. I mean, the only funny part was when Batman or Ben Affleck's face was like, oh shit, like him trying to run away. Wonder Woman was I thought she did great in the film. I thought, when she was fighting Doomsday, it was really cool. But the CGI just took it out of me. Like the CGI, it's just too much. It was just way too much. I would appreciate a little bit more practical effects if you're going to spend $300 million on here. It was just, I don't know what to tell you guys. I mean, I think you really need to watch it yourself to really get the idea of whether it's really going to be up to you whether you like it or not. But this film was just so bloated, so expensive, and we got nothing for it. All we got was a good Batman, not the Batman we're used to. That's it. That's all we got. A good Alfred. We got a good Alfred, but this film it sucked. It sucked. That's all I really got to say, guys. I mean, I could say more, but I don't have too much time. And you just check out my non-spoiler, and I go really more in specific kind of detail why it sucked. But I'm Dan the Man, aka Dan the Son. You guys have a great one. Subscribe, like, comment. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Spoiler talk all around. I love to reply because there's a lot to talk about here. So grab a seat. Make sure you got some good popcorn to eat. See you at the cinema.